Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I know it's a weird day. Decided to hop on. I wasn't gonna do it yesterday. But hubby had Tuesday and Wednesday off, so when he's off, I just pay attention to us and just just soak in every second that I got with him. So I didn't do a stream yesterday. Plus, it's Christmas and most people are with their families. So as was I. So it was a great day. We had snow. We didn't snow yesterday, but we've had snow last Thursday into Friday, and then we had snow again. I think it was on Monday. Yeah, I think it was Monday. So that was great. If you hear anything in the background, that's just the daily devotional on the app that I use. So if you hear that, I'm sorry. I'm just listening to the daily devotional, and what it does is you moment of silence, and then you do your opening prayer, and then it goes to talk about the passage. Today is from John 1:14 through 18. So you get your daily passage in. I finished um, my daily. I was on Matthew, so I have to go and reset that up. Um, I got to figure out which one I'm gonna go on now. Um, but yeah, so that's what that was. So it's great. It's an app that helps you because picking up the Bible is kind of like hard to do because it's like reading, but I can read and listen at the same time. Um, Kinda. um, I can listen and it stays in. Especially since I've read the Bible from front to back. I did it first because I was really curious about. I hadn't actually ever fully read the Bible, not that I remember. I used to be in Sunday school, but my memories of Sunday school weren't all that great. I remember like one of the days having my hand hit by a ruler. Like I didn't have good memories of it. So, um, and it never really had like my family. I always thought my family was like super religious, but they never actually picked up a Bible and read it or taught us. It's more of just like what they learned in church. They actually never picked up a Bible and read. So they got their information based on what everybody else's perception was. They never came to their own conclusion. When I started coming back to my faith, and I'll get into Faz here. When I started getting into my faith, I decided that I wanted to read the Bible. So a hubby took me. We got a Bible. I've actually got a couple now. I've got a couple study Bibles as well. A couple because there's two of us, so that's why. Um, and I got a smaller one so that way if we're going anywhere, it's easier to carry because the other one's quite large. So anyway, I started reading the Bible, and as I started reading the Bible, I came to an understanding that's far, far different than what people have told me, because everyone kind of perceives things differently, and you can't go based on other people's perception. You have to get in there yourself, especially people who are lukewarm. They only pick out the pieces that benefit them, um, and they leave out the rest. And I don't think that that's very fair, especially when it comes to children. I think that when we're teaching the Bible and we're doing Bible study, we should actually get into the Bible and not just have the teacher of the Bible and the students take note based on what the teacher is saying, because we don't know if that's what's being taught. It was coming right from the Bible. It's not just our personal opinion. And it gets back to a friend of ours, which was a neighbor of one of our old places that we used to live before we left. And his dad was someone that the community liked. He went to church. He preached a lot. He wasn't a preacher, but he preached a lot. Um, and who got my parents to go to his church. His church that he went to was one of those big bougie ones, the ones that they want to see what you look on the outside, but they don't really look what's in the inside. It's more of just what, like, who's got the fanciest clothes, who's got the nicest vehicle, a lot of that kind of chit chat and judgment. So, what they didn't know is that this guy was abusing my friend. My friend was his son, but not his real son, not biological. He was a result from his mom. I believe she was unwed at the time. I'm not too sure. Don't hold me to that. When she had him, and then she met his stepdad, and they had two other children. And he treated him very differently than the other two because he wasn't biological. And there's a lot of abuse, not only physical but mental and so. Sorry, I have to leave it on. I'm going to turn it off for just a bit, but so what that taught me is that when we went to church with him, because my family wanted to go to his church for some reason, and we went to church with him, and I was observing the way that he interacted with everybody else, and it was just this big facade. He acted like he was a stand-up guy. He always dressed very nice and had a nice vehicle. So it was just all the outward, but inward was very, very nasty. He was not a good man. He did not do things for the sake of other people. He did things just so for him, just so it looked good. So I didn't really get to read the Bible a lot. I thought it was just all people pretending, and just what people were like, oh, I'm better than you, because I can quote Bible verses, and I have this fancy clothes, and all this fancy gadgetry, and nice cars, and my family was really poor and broke, and it was just, we did the best that we could. My parents did the best that they could. But this guy was just like making that impression. So I'm really glad that we left. Because I honestly think that in order for my parents to keep up would have just drove them deeper and deeper in debt. Maxing out credit cards just so they can keep up the appearance. But we were never like that. So we actually ended up losing the house because I don't think that my parents were very good with money. They bought things that were not necessary, just so they could, live a certain way. And I learned from those mistakes. I didn't want to live a certain way. I just wanted to be able to help people when I was able, just help people, And I do that right now. Like, I really wish, being out of work and not having that monetary flow of income, it's very hard to, scroll on the community pages and these people are like, I need help. It's just this driving desires. It's like, I want to be able to help these people and let them know that they're still good in the world, and they're not going to get judged, and I don't want anything in return. I just want to help people, and that's how I was. But when money is mismanaged, and when you are told that this is what you have to do, and when you try to break free from that, and then they just come back at you with the guilt tripping and saying, oh, you have to do this, it puts you in a spot where you're just like, you want to choose yourself, but you can't, because you know how it feels when people just forget about you, and you know how it feels when people don't help you. And you get in this mindset, you don't want other people to feel that way. So you give. And then you finally get to a point where you have nothing left to give, and you just keep giving more. I got put into debt by doing that. I didn't know how to say I can't anymore. I didn't know how to, it's okay to give. It's okay to be a person to help others, but not when they're continuously putting themselves in that spot. My I heard somebody like this thing a bit ago, and it never really dawned on me that, if you're helping somebody, but they're also not helping themselves, then you're continuously going to be helping them, and they're just going to start being like, oh, I don't have to do anything because I know that they've got me. They're going to take care of it. So that's enabling them, and it's like the whole thing about give a man a fish and he eats for a day, but teach him to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime. So when we're giving, we have to also be able to say and teach them that this is how you're able to manage money. You can't just be like give and give and give and give and let them take advantage of you. That is just it's very damaging to a person because it just wears you down because you can't keep up. Because the more that you give, it's the more that they want. And I found that out the hard way. I found that out the hard way. I've lost so much money because people, they misconstrue. They think that your kindness is just an open door to take advantage of you. And then when you're finally like, I can't do this anymore, they call you selfish, they call you conceited, they call you greedy. And it's just like, that's not the case. It's like, I want to help you. It's just that I can't continue helping you because you aren't doing anything to help yourself. And when you're helping somebody and they're not doing anything to help themselves, that is putting you in a position where you're going to end up giving everything away. And then once they're done, once you have nothing, once they take the last cent from you, the last ounce, they're going to go off to the next person. And when you're sitting there, like, I need help, they're like, sorry, you know how to do this. And they walk away, they leave you. It's a really hard lesson to learn. I learned it the hard way, and I don't want people to, I don't want people to fall victim to that. Like, it's okay to give. It's okay to be giving, but you cannot keep giving to people who are not capable of, helping themselves. They've got to put the work in order to show up. Because if you keep feeding them and you're not feeding yourself, you're going to deplete yourself while you're building them up. And then once you're like, hey, I need help, they're nowhere to be found because they're off on the next person, trying to get what they can get from that person. So be very careful when you do that. And just make sure that you're not neglecting yourself when you're going on, and because I honestly do think that there's times where people get in tough spots, they need help, and I don't see people coming and helping them without expecting anything in return. I understand that it's a hardship, but like, I've loaned people money. I've never gotten payment back. And at the time, I didn't really expect anything in return. I just wanted to see that they appreciate that. But what I saw was a pattern of they would utilize their money unwisely, and they wouldn't take accountability. It's like they would be my fault. They'd come to me and push it on me, and I'm like, I don't understand how it's my fault. I didn't spend your money. I didn't even have access to your money, so how is it my fault? But yeah, it's like, you need to fix it, and then it comes to guilt tripping, and they make you feel sad for them. They use your kindness against you, and it's so heartbreaking to look back and be like, I cared about these people. I would have done anything for them, but all they did to me was just use me until they had what they wanted from me, and then they were nowhere to be found. I constantly bring up hardships that I go through, and I don't even bother asking people for anything, because I just know that it's not going to be reciprocated based on how they act. So I've come to a conclusion that I'm going to be more than happy to help other people, but I'm not going to always ask for help because I know those people are not capable of pouring back into me. There's a few that I've helped out that did, in situations like my hubby's family. When I first moved here, I helped with like housework and cleaning and walking their dog and cooking food and sometimes doing the grocery shopping. So, and when I got diagnosed with cancer, I was provided, you know, rides to the doctors, and it was, sometimes was very lengthy. I never got complaints from them. They never said, hey, you owe me this for gas money. I never expected that. Like, I was always expecting that I'd have to pay, because that's exactly what it was back where I was from, is that if I had to do anything, I had to pay for it. But no one ever was, like, out of the kindness of their heart doing anything for me, and then not expecting anything in return. Because when I do stuff, I don't expect it in return. If I lend out money, I don't really expect anything back. If you're in a hard spot, you're in a hard spot. If I'm not, if I've got money to spare, don't worry about it, pay it forward, go to the next person. And if you have the money, help them out. But I was in a place where it was just like, no, I'm not doing anything for you until I know I can get something from you, type of thing. So I got treatment here very differently, and I couldn't thank God for that anymore. I mean, He's put me in a place where I do feel that people actually care about me, versus where I came from, where it was just more of what they can get from me. And they depleted a lot from me. They used me emotionally, and they used my money, because I don't like to toot my own horn or anything, but I'm a person with a unique brain, and I can pretty much do anything, if I put my mind to it. I'm gonna actually get out of here, because I don't need to do that no more, so I'll put it on professional. I've always been like that. I've been like that since school, where I would be able to take any subject, and I was able to learn it, I used to do the same thing. Like, in school, they had mistakenly messed up my they messed up my curriculum for school. And I was in a band, and I had already been in band, so I should have been in band 2, I think it was how they do it. So I should have been in band 2, advanced band, but they messed up, and they put me in advanced orchestra instead of beginner, because my first class should have been advanced band, and second should have been beginner orchestra, because I wanted to play another instrument. I had already been playing the flute for a little bit, and I wanted to move on to another instrument. So they got that switched up, and that day that I went into orchestra, I was like, oh, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. But in the meantime, the teacher was like, oh, let's just go ahead. We'll get you started at least. And that they did. They got me started. And I learned to play the viola and violin in 45 minutes. By the end of the class, I was playing full-on songs. So I am capable of learning things. I did not want to go to college because I didn't think that what they taught was necessary. They threw in so many things that were unnecessary. And also, The way that I learn is different. Everyone learns uniquely, and I don't think that it's fair for people to say that someone who learns differently than them is dumb. I got that a lot because I didn't learn um, the same as other kids in my class did. So I was always called stupid, and I'm far from stupid, but I just learn differently. The way I learn is it takes a little patience on behalf of somebody else, but it's actually quite quicker than other people. If the person teaching me teaches the way that I learn very fast. Like I dropped out. Well, I didn't really drop out. So my parents, right when I got to ninth grade, um, I finished. I went ahead and finished eighth grade. They said there was no problem. Um, but they were so far behind that everything that they learned, I had already learned several grades back, and they were learning that in eighth grade. So when we got to the high school part, I was like, they're so far behind. I was so bored that I was like, is it possible that I could just do like my GED? I could just, go through a program, a tutor. And my parents agreed. They pulled me out of school, and I started going to a class. It was like a tutor, 3 days a week. And I finished in 1 year. I finished through those high school years, so ninth through 12th in 1 year, and I graduated. Um, so I don't understand why people think that just because you learn differently, that you are stupid. I guess I got that a lot, and it always really made me doubt myself. But then you read the Bible, and it's just like, don't call yourself stupid, because if you call yourself stupid, you're really, talking against God's creation. And He designed us perfect the way that we are, right? And if we are sitting there questioning, God, I don't think that's a good thing. Um, so, like, don't ever think that people, because they do things differently, that they think differently, that they learn differently, that they're stupid, because they're not. When I met my hubby, he definitely has thoughts, the thought process a lot different than me. But I could never, like, when he says that he's like a moron or stupid, I'm like, no, don't ever say that about yourself. You are not stupid. I learn things from you like almost every day that I hadn't known. You just have a different thought process than I do. But you're definitely not stupid. He's very smart, and he thinks that he's ugly, and I'm like, no, you're far from ugly. You are absolutely a gorgeous man. And like, I always feel so lucky to have him. He's always telling me how lucky he is, and I'm like, what about me? I'm super lucky too. I have somebody who cares about me as a person, and not just what they can get from that, get from me. So I thought that was, I love having those conversations with him, because, we all think that what people say about us is true, but definitely is not true. I have to get this, there we go. I need this. Alright, let's go ahead and get this started here. I've been gabbing all this time. I apologize. I'll turn on the Jenny here, so we can figure out where this ghost is. But that's kind of like the thought we were having, and the major thing that we've been like for Christmas and stuff is just we're just telling each other like how much we appreciate each other and how lucky we are to have each other. I think it's gonna be in the bathroom because the door's open, but it's not going down. Just looking for the bone and stuff. Yeah, and this Christmas was our sixth Christmas together because we met each other and Fallout in January of 2019, and then we started as friends. That didn't last very long, honestly. Um, we both there's the bone. Well, we both started catching feelings for each other. Oops. Um, quite quickly. It might hunt if I keep turning all these lights on. Um, who asked me to be like his girlfriend officially um, in 20 in 2018. What's in here? Um, so it was in February, the end of February, on February 28th, he decided to ask me to be his girlfriend. Um, and we got engaged. We got engaged on June 9th. I'm just gonna see if there's any, because it touched the thing. I don't see any UV. It's very active. Just some dots. I've got incense out here. I'm gonna get another crucifix because I don't really trust the. I don't think it's gonna be an EMF 5. Gotta get a picture of the ghost. It's really difficult to get a picture of the ghost, honestly. Um, but yeah, as I was saying, sorry. Um, so I think I just saw dots. It's like constantly. It's like right here is where the cold air is. So I got that there, and I got this one here. Let's put some salt. So that's what we did this. I keep forgetting. I'm sorry. ADHD brain, I think for sure, is an issue for me. It's crazy. I don't think we've got. Alright, so we have ghost bugs, so spirit box. Ghost writing, interaction. We got a footprint. Yeah, definitely. I'm probably gonna get some freezing temps. Just getting there for freezing temps. Alright, so we have ghost spirit box and ghost writing. So it could be any of these. If it's a deogen, that's great because then it'll like if it hunts, I'm like out of there. It walks very slowly. If it's any of the other ones, I'm probably not gonna survive a hunt. So I'll take one of these and then yeah, more salt. I'm gonna turn off this light. Let's see if it's in here. No freezing temps yet. Oh, it scared me. No UV, because it's definitely walking in the salt, but no UV. So we can cross off UV. Let's stand out here and see if we can get any, parabolic. I forgot to upgrade my parabolic. I don't think it's gonna reach. Let's see. My sanity is pretty low. I'm gonna drop that. Take the sanity med. I just want to see if I can get. I might have to put another dots out there. I don't see any dots. If I put dots on the outside, I'll be able to see outside a little bit better. But it's definitely no UV, so we could kick off UV so it's not a Pulte. I don't think we have EMF 5 either because it's been active, but it hasn't spiked up to a 5. The 3 is the highest it's gone. Yeah, I'm gonna put more dots out there. I think I've got, yeah, let's do this. I could just do the parabolic when I stand in the tents. And I still need to get a picture of the ghost. My sanity is up high, so it's not gonna hunt. I still need to find the cursed object too. Cursed objects in here, I can show you where they would usually would be. Let's take some pictures of salt here. Alright, great. Well, let's see if we got freezing temps. Oh, she scared me. She scared me. No freezing temps. So, definitely not I could have gotten a ghost picture, right then and there, but I did not. Let's get more salt, and then I gotta find the first object. Alright, so I'll start when you come out to the gates. Picnic table, the second picnic table there, where my marker is where the, look at that, just took through a ball. It's throwing stuff at me. Ah, this is not a happy ghost. Look at that. It just like took my sanity down. I only have one more thing in sanity meds. So, not exactly what I want. I'll take another one of these in there just in case. Yeah, so right when you come through, it's getting a lot active. Right when you come through, so that's where the tarot cards will be. And then she just walked over there. This right here on this spot is where the Ouija board will be. I think it may have moved. This is where the summoning circle would be. The doll is right here. That's where the doll spawns. Monkey paw spawns right here. And then the mirror spawns here. And then in that yellow tent on the table is where the music box will spawn. So yellow tent right here on the table. So, alright, so what we have is I'm not too sure. It may have left. I think it may have moved. I'm not getting cold breath here no more. I think I moved over there because I got cold breath over there. Let's have one instant on me. Let's take this over. I got cold breath over here at this tent, and it's stirring, like it's stirring stuff. Yeah, I got cold breath here. I don't like when they move. I don't like when they move. It makes it really difficult to pinpoint. I'm gonna put like right here. If it hunts, I can go to the tent. No, see, they're showing up. It might be a banshee, but there's no UV. It's definitely here. I'm not getting cold breath anywhere else. I don't know what that was. Hmm. Yeah, it's throwing stuff over there. Hear it? What it's throwing, I don't know. It might be freezing temps. I'll put salt over there to check. It's gonna hunt pretty soon because of the thing. I have one thing left and I can like grab it, but it might hunt soon. Where's the other salt at? Oh my. I'm gonna hope it's here. I only have this one salt left. Oh, freezing temps. Okay, good. So we know what we got now. It is not a very happy ghost at all. Alright, so freezing temps means it's a Moroi. I need one more picture, which should be the ghost picture. And I need parabolic. So what I'm gonna do is I've got an instant on me. I'm gonna stand in the tent. It's gonna hunt pretty soon. Let's see, the activity is getting more and more rigorous. So it's gonna hunt. I've got a camera on me. I'm going to go ahead and get the parabolic on the way, sit in the tent, and just wait for him to hunt. And hopefully I can get the parabolic at the same time. I don't know which way the ghost is gonna be though. He's definitely throwing stuff over here. So as we're waiting for the ghost to interact with us, I'll go back to my discussion about hubby and I. It says it's over by me, but I don't see. I don't know if that counts as parabolic. Oh, it does. Okay, good. All right, parabolic is done. I just need a picture of the ghost. She was over here, but it didn't seem like I didn't see a silhouette. Otherwise, I would have ran out and got a picture. I'll try and get a picture of it when it hunts. If not, I'll just go grab another picture of Salt or something. Or just leave. Doesn't really matter. If I can't get a picture of the ghost, it's not going to be a perfect game anyway. It's over there now. It's walking over there, so there might be ghosts. Footprints in the salt. I'm waiting for her to hunt. It's just like I'm moving around. But yeah, anyway, so one thing we like to do, we were just like reflecting and just like thinking back to our past, because we had a life before each other, and thinking like how different things are between then and now. And you really, it puts you in perspective. Oh, there she is. Did I get it? Oh, sweet. I don't know if I trust going out there. I do that a lot. I hesitate. I think she's gonna attack, but yeah, right there. She like spawned right on me. It's very quiet. You listen to Moroi, she's not laughing or anything. It's a very quiet ghost. Alright, we're good. Let's go ahead and exit out of here. We got all of our objectives done. Before she starts hunting, I got all the ghost photos. Alright, we're good to go. Make sure there's no 2 stars in here. And we know it is Moroi. Alright, sweet sauce. But yeah, we reflected. And the reflecting part was just like, it puts things in perspective and like what has gone in your life. Like what's gone on in your life. The changes that have happened. And you look back, like all the things that were bad that happened to you. And you look back and you're like, oh my, you know? You can't believe that that you went through all that stuff that happened to you. And oh, I must have just needed one more. I didn't really realize that I had gotten that, so I should have gotten more parabolic if I had known that that counts multiple times and not per hunt. Now I know. But yeah, it was really an eye-opener in regards to what like what has happened in our life between then and now. Alright, so no, I won't get any headgear. I do want 2 firelights, igniter, incense. I definitely want 3, 4. Motion sensor's fine. That's fine. Parabolic, I want to make sure I upgrade. Photo camera, I want to make sure I upgrade. Sanity medication, I want to make sure I at least have 3. The 2 did not work. And then I want to make sure I always have this on upgrade as well. And I've got 2, because some places it's good to have 2 cameras. I just do that as a... I'm going to put an extra UV, because I like having 2. In case I want one with the flute, and the other one I can just take around if it's touching doors. So I'm going to enable this. There we go. Sweet. That looks perfect for me. I don't need headgear yet because headgear is just not worth really putting it. I'm going to do Camp Woodwind again. What I'm doing right now is just trying to level up. I prestiged. So I hit 100, prestiged, and then started over. So you were prestige 1 and you started at level 1. And you have to get all your gear again. So I'm slowly upgrading all my gear. I'm not going to do the flashlight. because I want to get the headgear. And I don't really use flashlights unless I'm going to do a location that's pretty bad with lighting, like the asylum, for instance. But yeah, so I've got to go pretty soon, so I'll continue this and I'll just end the stream. So the reflectingness, the reason I think that is so important is because you're able to put things in perspective, especially when it comes to having tough conversations about how things affect you with your partner. With us, if there's something that we had trouble with. It used to be, us against each other, instead of us against the problem. How can we both come together and fight this problem and eradicate it out? And then that's the point where I figured out that we had a lot of healing to do each other. Like, we each had healing to do. He had traumas he had to heal from. I had traumas I had to heal from. And what I recognized is that we were challenging each other, and those traumas were coming up. And as they were coming up, we didn't really recognize it. So it started to cause problems, and instead of coming together and becoming a team to, overcome these problems as they would bubble up, we were fighting each other. So there's a lot of heartache, a lot of heartbreak, and things that had happened. And now that we finally had that aha moment, this like aha moment, you always have this one person who comes into your life, and they force you to look at things a different way. And it's not in a forcible type bad way. It's just that they say things that make you go, I never thought of it like that. Because we're so focused on how we feel and the pain and everything that we don't step away from that and look at the issue from an outside perspective to see how it can be resolved. So I started to do something different. I started to feel my feelings, see where it was affecting me, and have a conversation with my hubby in regards to the particular problem. And it sometimes has had nothing to do with him, but I do the same thing if it's like a personal problem outside of. I'm like, all right, this person, said this, and it made me feel this type of way, and I need to figure out why is it making me feel that way? Because if it's a comment, it's like it shouldn't have affected me, but it did, and I need to figure out why it affected me. So it's just like part of that unresolved trauma that's in there. So we go to each other and we have those conversations. Our relationship is not perfected by any means whatsoever. We still have conversations. We still have times where we're upset at each other, but we don't fight about it. We don't, butt heads and fight each other. We come together, have a discussion, and then, we express our feelings. I'm the more expressive one. I have a lot of emotions. So, I'm usually the one crying, and I have to reassure him that just because I'm crying doesn't mean it's anything to do with you, per se. It's just like I'm feeling some type of way. It's an emotion that it's inciting that emotion. And I have to kind of dig and see, okay, where is it stemming from? Why is it affecting me in this way? Because I know that wasn't the intent, but it is affecting me. So it's like I'm learning to step aside, step outside of the problem, look at it from a different perspective, and then I come together with him and we tackle it. So that's kind of how our relationship started. And when we started to do that, our relationship started to get better and better and better and better and better. And then everything else, once we started to heal ourselves, our relationship started to get healed because we still loved each other very much. I was on the verge of listening to other people tell me that I could just leave, you don't have to be in that position. But it's like, well, I love him. And well, you can love someone, but it doesn't mean they're right for you. But I felt it in my soul that he is my partner, he is my person. This isn't some fling. This is this is a deep connection that I feel towards him. And I can't say that I felt like that with anybody else. I've never had in a relationship before. I was adamant about saving myself for the right person. And when he came along, like, my, like, inside was like alert, like, this is him, even though I didn't even know who he was. So it wasn't like a crush or anything. I didn't even know what he looked like. I just was like, my soul just like, ding, 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 ding. This is him. And I was willing to take risks for this love. It wasn't puppy love. I've had crushes before. It wasn't anything like that, but yeah, I've had people that were just like egging me on to leave him. He's never going to change. And I'm like, no, there's something that's inside me that is saying that this is not who he is, that there's something else at play here. There's more to it, and I'm not going to give up on him. I'm not going to do what you want me to do. I'm going to do the hard thing. And in doing that, now we're able to flourish, We actually can pursue our future together because we decided to not give up on each other. And we decided to say, I do love you. I choose this. I know it's going to be hard, but we can do this together. And we both just started to flourish, and if anybody knew him when we first got together, and then they know him now, they can tell you that it's been a really remarkable transformation on who he is, his true self coming out to play, and not who he thought he had to be to satisfy the people around him, or to satisfy his ego. So he let all that down, and he now is someone who is very down to earth with me. He doesn't fluff his feathers and act big and bad. He doesn't act like a macho man. Who is very raw with me and open, and he's vulnerable, and that lets me know that I can be vulnerable with him, and let that guard down. So it's definitely been a transformation. If I don't ever... sorry, I had to itch my eyes. If I don't say so myself, it's been, I don't even know what I was really wanting to say. Anyway, so lots to talk. So let's go ahead and, so today's scripture was in John. Let's go ahead and I'll read it instead of listening to it. So this is John 1:14 through 18. And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we have seen his glory, glory as the only Son from the Father, full of grace and truth. And it goes, John bore witness about him and cried out, "This was he of whom I said, he who comes after me ranks before me, because he was before me." From his fullness we have all received grace upon grace. For the law was given through Moses. Grace and truth come through Jesus Christ. No one has ever seen God, the only God who is at the Father's side. He has made him known. So this is a testimony of John the Baptist. When you remember when the Bible it talks about John the Baptist, he is baptizing people in the river of Jordan, and Jesus comes up and gets baptized by him. So when he walks up and God proclaims him as the one, which gives John the Baptist, it just immediately knows when that dove lands on his shoulder. Gives me goosebumps just thinking about that moment, just thinking about what was going through John's mind when he sees that vision of Jesus. And God is basically telling John, because John was told, he is a prophet. He was told that, Jesus was going to come, and that was the confirmation. And his mind just must have been just going, I would have geeked out, honestly, to be able to be in the presence of someone so amazing. So anyway, yep, I gotta go. I got a minute before hubby calls me. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thanks for joining me on A Ghost Hunt. I will be here tomorrow. I'll do my normal stream. Today was just a makeup from yesterday. I hope you guys have a great day. Have a blessed rest of your week. I hope you had a wonderful time with family. Don't forget that to stop and give thanks to God, our Father, for everything that He has given us. Be thankful for everything, even if it doesn't seem like you have much right now. When you wake up in the morning and you have breath in your lungs, that's a gift in itself. That gives you one more day to persevere, one more day to go towards your goal, to give God the glory and make sure that He is like dwelling within us, and we're helping everybody that we can through that. Be just being supportive, monetary, giving food, just being that lending ear that they need to get stuff off their chests. I just hope that you guys make sure that you know that you are loved, you are wanted and needed in this world. Thanks again. And